Canaleta for the slam at Gemma.
Santos to Miranda. Miranda shoots a three. Come Dennis Miranda cuts it to 1.
4 seconds to shoot. James cranks it up. What a crucial shot for James Young.
Gerard Jones ahead of the pack, and he'll have a slam for the Tamaraws. At the rookie is Paul Artadi with a slam. But at this point, FEU, it's just great basketball that they're playing at this point.
Artadi takes it away from Miranda. Gets it to go. Artadi inside again to Mascal. Just 5 on the shot clock of FEU. Miranda on the attack. Nothing there. The tipping by Arwin Santos.
They have to beat us twice, and ayaw na namin mangyari yung may tatalo sa amin ng team ng 2 beses. We're on a mission right now, and magtatrabaho pa kami.
Yung ini-aim namin ngayon yung championship eh. So, yung pressure siguro, masasabi ko na hindi ganong pressure. Yung pressure na mag-champion, yun nandun yung pressure.
Rotate hard kay Game Shop, saka sa mga nag-step up sa kanila, sila Estrada, get down.
Siguro magdidikoy muna ako kasi parang sabi ni Coach sa akin na ako talaga yung babantayan nila. So, create na ako ng situation tapos i-kick out ko lang yung bola.
I think we have an edge over any opponent. We have to do a better job dun sa zone, ang offense namin, yung zone offense. We have the luxury to relax a bit. But you know what? The players, right after the game, they approached me and they said, "Coach, is not yet over." Still have 1 more game to play.
Yung pinag-usapan dito is not the stats, it's not the score, but yung puso rito at saka yung mind. You have to set your heart and your mind.
It has been nothing less but a survival of the fittest. From a group of 8, we are down to 4. 4 teams hoping to reach the so-called promised land. Today, here at the Araneta Coliseum, we have another nail-biting doubleheader for you to start off and kick off Final Four festivities in Season 66 of the UAAP. First game, number 2 seed over number 3, that's FEU against UE. And later on, it will be Ateneo, number 1 against number 4, the De La Salle University. Good afternoon, Philippines. You're watching us live over Studio 23. Arwin Santos and the rest of FEU a win away from reaching the final, something that they have not achieved in the last 3 years. They are going up against James Yap and the rest of UE, who have a tougher road ahead of them, trying to beat FEU twice to make it to the final, something that they have not achieved in 13 big years. Good afternoon once again. My name is Boone Gonzalez, alongside the Professor Randy Sakdalan. Let's get it on, Randy.
Hey, we want some basketball, and we've heard it from the coach, from the players. This game is so important. For UE, this could be the last game of the season for them. For FEU, I don't think the players want to play on Saturday. They want to end it here and play for the championship and get that 1 week rest, focusing themselves for the championship.
All right, now let's look at the head-to-head matchup of both these teams. In the elimination round, they split their assignments, but the big game on Sunday was the playoff. Of course, doon nagkatalo as FEU beat UE, and that's the reason why they have the twice-to-beat advantage.
Well, put it simply, the best of 3 is now in its 2nd game between FEU and UE going to the finals. But all the stats here point FEU would have that slight advantage over UE. Slight but very significant in close ball games. You look at the offense, you look at field goals, you look at rebounds, you look at turnovers. They might be small, but they're very significant. Yap and Artadi, the usual suspects. Santos and Jones, the big front line of FEU.
Now, we talk about the teams here, the 66th season of the UAAP. We always talk about the stellar point guards that they have, and we talk about how big the roles that those point guards play. You're looking at Dennis Miranda, and we checked his numbers, especially in those wins. He has come out big. He has shot better.
You know, this crystallizes how Miranda is to the team of FEU. For a while, we thought it was Arwin Santos. Look at Dennis Miranda's number. In wins, almost 10 points. In lost ball games, only 4 points. You know how important Dennis Miranda is to Koy Banal. He's the coach on the floor for FEU. The last time out, he lifted FEU. Why they have this advantage over UE in today's ball game? Why they only need one game to go into the finals? It's because of this man, Dennis Miranda.
All right, let's shift our attention to the other side. The UE Red Warriors trying to stay alive here in the Final Four. And the focus of attention, you heard the interview earlier with James Yap today. He's going to try to play decoy, but you cannot deny the fact that this guy loves playing, especially against FEU.
Oh, yes. Look at his numbers. Whenever he's playing against FEU, his numbers would rise dramatically. And you know, it was a sort of a giveaway when he said, well, I'm going to play decoy first phase of the ball game, but hey, he's not going to be a decoy. If you give him the open look, he's going to take those shots. Against FEU, 21 points and 8 boards. Hey, that's 4 points over his average and at least 3 boards over his average as far as rebounding. You know, James Yap loves to play against FEU.
27 points in that last game. And you know what, Randy, this is a special day for us. You're not only watching us live on Studio 23, you're also watching us on the TFC Direct Pinoy Central TV. So North America, Middle East, and the whole of the Philippines watching us. And as we said earlier, let's get it on. Let's not let you wait no longer. Final Four action, FEU versus UE.
Coming all the way from Recto, rapid and intense. Raise the roof for your UE Red Warriors. Known for slam dunking exploits, this 6'6" players playing his second season. Playing center forward number 6, KG Canaleta. Uploading the fast break at guard, 5'10", number 9, Arnold Booker. An underrated shot blocker and rebounder forward, 6'4", number 11, J.R. Estrada. One of the best gunslingers in the league, playing his 4th season from Iloilo. At forward, 6'3", number 18, the big game, James Yap. And this hyperactive playmaker is one of the league leaders in assists. Playing his final season at guard, 5'10", number 16, Paul Artadi. Head coach for the Warriors in his 3rd season is Boise Sama. And now, hailing from Moraita, tough and strong, give it up for your FEU Tamaraws. In his 2nd season from Davao at guard, 6 feet, number 7, RJ Rizada. Suiting up in his 3rd campaign at point guard, standing 6 feet even, number 8, Denok Miranda. Moving smooth at shooting guard, 6'2", number 11, Ragni Cinco. Last season's Rookie of the Year, hailing from Pampanga at forward, number 19, Arwin Santos. And one of the league's top big men at center, 6'4", number 20, Gerard Jones. And coach of the Tamaraws in his 4th season is Koy Banal.
It will be Coach Koy Banal versus Coach Boise Samar for your Final Four confrontation between FEU and UE. And the Big Dome is the venue for today, and the starting five's at it. First possession, we'll go to FEU as you check out our Nescafe starting five on your screen. Turnover right away, and a 2-on-1 situation, and James Yap goes straight and loses the ball in midair. Unsuccessful fast break for UE. Cinco, napabayaan.
You know, Cinco's probably showing Yap, hey, I don't have to use the board. I just have to make it soft and easy. First 2 points for FEU.
Now FEU with a major psychological edge coming into this game, not only because of their twice speed advantage, but going into that last game where they blew out UE the first 2 quarters, and then FEU, or make that UE staging a comeback in the final quarter.
You know, it would be ominous for FEU. Artadi making his first jumper.
Good sign.
That's a good sign certainly for the Warriors.
So it is 2-2 for both UE and FEU, and if there's a team that should believe that it can be achieved, beating the top seed, twice, it should be UE. Going back to last year's experience, them being the twice-to-beat team, beat by Ateneo twice, and losing the chance to go to the final. So, kung meron man team dito na
Who understands more than them,
then it can be done.
yes. And, you know, of course, they also know the pain of that series against Ateneo. This time they're trying to turn the tables, not on Ateneo, but on FEU.
Maybe that should be a motivational point for them. Arwin Santos. And a hand check foul on KG Canaleta.
Three matchups here for you. They put on KG on Arwin Santos, who picked up his first foul, then Booker on Dennis Miranda. You know the adjustments here by Coach Boise Samar. He doesn't want these guys from FEU, Santos and Miranda. They hold the key to an FEU win.
And in that game, last Sunday, the playoff match was Ragni Chico back-to-back hits for the starter for FEU. It was basically the front line of FEU that just totally demolished the front line of UE, and I'm sure that will still play a factor in today's game. And guys like Olan Weeping not clicking from the outside told the difference in that ballgame. It was only James Yap, and he picks up from where he left off last Sunday here in the Big Dome with a Liptonized deep three-point shot.
Listen, he's going to play deep right. Told you. If it's open, he'll take it.
All part of the plan, all part of the game plan of James Yap as JR Estrada commits his first personal. So dalawa na kagad as we look at this Lipton Iced Tea three-point shot, top of the circle, cranks it up and gets it to go. Brought to you by Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. Two big guys already with one personal foul.
Jump from KG Canaleta and Estrada for UE. And Jones, the big guy of FEU, scooting through.
Inatake kagad itong depensa ni JR Estrada, not giving up or not wanting to give up back-to-back fouls. 8 minutes to play in the first. 6-5 is our score. Artadi to James Yap against Cinco. Cinco loses Yap. Yap kicks it out to Booker from 3. Off the back iron. And Estrada fights for the offensive rebound. Estrada inside to Booker, loses the handle of the ball.
Well, Booker is a missing link on the part of UE's game last Sunday. He only tallied 2 points, if I'm not mistaken, for Booker.
10 minutes. Let's send it over and check out Jam Alindogan for this FEU courtside update. Jam?
Yes, last Tuesday, there was a cheer rally held in the FEU campus, and it was organized by the administration in preparation for this crucial game. PA said that it's very important for the students to support the team in this very crucial game. The FEU pep squad played the FEU hymn, while the students had a great time hanging out with the FEU players. Coaching staff encouraged the players to eat a lot of bananas today for today's hard work. Back to Boom and Randy.
A lot of potassium, huh? Another foul called. Let's see, Paul Artadi, I believe, called for his first personal.
Already 3 team fouls for UE, Boom. And that's not good sign for Coach Boise Samar, because FEU will continue attacking them as this quarter would go on. Still a 1-point lead for the Tamaraws.
Fresh shot clock for the green shirts. They go down again to Gerard Jones, inside to Cinco. Cinco among the trees, in traffic. Traveling infraction called on Ragni Cinco.
Would have issued the kick out faster. He was trapped, 3 guys waiting for him in ambush. And still pushing on for that shot. No go for the FEU Tamaraws.
Booker bringing down the ball for Artadi. Pinitikitan nitong si Dennis Miranda. This has been the matchup. Artadi gets the step. Puts on the brakes. Estrada against Santos. Hard move, but Santos stayed with him all the way. And an offensive foul called on JR Estrada. That is his second.
That's a big thing. Coach Boyce is telling you, you have no shot, look for the kick out. Things could be easier than from the outside. Here he was already trapped, and Arwin Santos was just waiting and staying with JR Estrada.
6:46 to play. FEU 6, UE 5. On the floor now, JR Estrada sat down as RJ Masbang, who played 22 minutes and 17 points in 7 out of 9 shooting, most of them underneath off good passes from Paul Artadi.
You know, these underrated players, they turn out to be very efficient playing basketball.
Artadi tiptoes and an infraction. Cinco Might have traveled. Yes, he did.
Right call there.
Okay, let's send it over this time to Eugene Lalang for this UE courtside update. Eugene.
The past 3 days, the UE Red Warriors had been practicing and had been improving their basketball. The coaching staff spent long hours reviewing and analyzing their game against FEU, and they came up with 3 simple and basic answers. First is be aggressive on defense, second is get defensive rebounds, and third is run the fast break. Back to you, Boom and Randy.
Thank you very much. They were not able to run in that game against FEU as Keiji Caneleta being more aggressive off the boards. This was also a major problem for UE in that game.
Well, I guess when you run a series, you tend to focus really on the strengths and what you have not done previously.
Yes.
And adjustments by Samar so far paying dividends. They have a 1-point lead over FEU.
Zico very aggressive in the game, but unable to get it to stay down. In that game, Sunday, Randy, the edge was 43-31 in terms of rebounding.
Samar's not about to give that advantage against 8 more possessions for FEU. That's why we saw Canaleta starting for Coach Boise Samar. And then rewarding RJ Masbang, who played a splendid game last Sunday with an early entry into the ballgame.
Booker, 14-footer, fades away. Nothing there. Miranda comes away with a rebound. Miranda looking at his options, cops out. 17 on the shot clock. Miranda with Artadi on him. Goes up. Nothing there. And Artadi comes away with a loose ball, fouled by Dennis Miranda on the block.
You know, he tried to cut the path of Paul Artadi. Miranda, that's going to be foul number 1. UE is in the penalty, while FEU has just picked up the first team foul.
Cesar Catley, I feel as you look at that slow-mo again, if you saw the game last Sunday, the injury to Cesar Catley at the very crucial, I think the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter where he had to sit down and Olan Umiping just fired up. That was the turning point. Olan Umiping all of a sudden found his confidence after shooting 0 out of 5 in the first 3 quarters. And Catley disappeared because he had cramps. Hindi na siya nakadepensa kay Yap, hindi na siya nakadepensa kay Umiping. Dumikit itong UE, naging isa na lang yung kalamangan.
Well, if I'm to believe Anton Montinola's statement last night, he said, you know, some of the FEU guys are playing hurt and tired. Okay. Take a look at Cesar Catley. He suffered from cramps because he was tired. It was a good 4-day respite for the boys to look up and play against UE in today's ball game.
Hence the bananas.
The bananas, precisely, which they could share some to us
right now.
Right now, I'm sure they're high-quality bananas, but certainly they need the potassium into this ball game.
First personal foul called on James Yap as Gerard Jones goes to the line for 2 free throws. Talking about Cesar Catley scoring 15 points in that game. 4 out of 5 partner from the 3-point area. Here's another guy who played well earlier. You saw him on the screens, Jeffrey Chan. Although those are just 4 points, 17 minutes, he played very steady during the crucial stretch. The defense he alternated on Yap and Umiping down the stretch kung wala na si Catley.
Well, he's got the size in terms of height for the opponents. Particularly for Yap and for Olan Umiping. It's all at about 6'1", 6'2".
4:20 to play. And Booker is the assigned point guard. The last couple of plays for UE. Catley switching on Artadi. The hesitation move. Asbang left the ball behind and Santos tried to extricate. Yap takes it away from him. 3-on-3. Yap off to Artadi. Booker, nice passing by UE, but they cannot convert. And the ball will go to the green shirts.
Much play there for UE. They had the best intentions, good movement, but Booker couldn't finish.
And the chant for FEU as you look at this Rexona defensive play. Rexona, your best defense against odor and wetness. Crowd starting to get into it. We are live here in the Big Dome. Watching us over Studio 23 and TFC Direct Pinoy Central TV in North America and in the Middle East. And the score is 10-9. FEU taking over the lead with 3:41 to play here in the first quarter. He is seated next to the UE bench. FEU is 4 out of 6 from the field so far. Very good shooting. James Yap, very aggressive in this ball game.
You know, Catley will be charged with the first one. I think they have a good understanding of how to stop that move of Yap, except that Yap was able to read the defensive stance of Catley ahead of that move of Catley. We talked about Olan Umiping. He is an important cog in the lineup of Coach Boise, replacing Arnold Booker.
He was 1 out of 6 from the three-point area. He started off shooting 0 out of 5 and then connected on a 3 and then shot 3 straight jumpers after that.
Yeah, probably one of the more popular players, if not the most popular player inside the UE campus. Probably he and Atad, no doubt, these two guys, they bring a lot of fans, a lot of students into the Coliseum to watch them, of course. Fortunes of UE hang on the shoulders of James Yap.
Yap, of course, has still a year to play. Atadi, in the meantime, is his last year at UE.
And this is about the time of the year that they had that pain against Ateneo. 2 games up. They are twice to beat, and they were beaten twice by Ateneo. Now they find that situation for themselves. And you're right about that move. It takes one to no one. That kind of a situation for the UE Red Warriors.
James Yap connects, and the lead shifts to the UE Red Warriors 11 to 10 at the 3:14 mark on the first quarter. Chan inside to Jones. A double team on Gerard. Miranda loses. Catley recovers. Chan cranks up the 3. Comes up short. And good blocking out by RJ Masba on Arwin Santos.
Well, he sealed off Arwin Santos taking a crack at the offensive board.
Artadi gets the step. Then gives it up to Canaleta. Yap loses it to Miranda. Miranda ahead of the back, no problemo.
He looked behind him and knew where Artadi was. So he went straight, left-handed shot, and FEU, hey, we're watching a CISO battle here. 1-point lead for FEU.
12 to 11. Artadi sets up for the 3, rattles out. Canaleta picks up the loose ball. Sends it back to the point guard. Artadi attacks, thinks. Omiping aims for one. Gets it to go. Inside for all out of Omiping.
Certainly over Cesar Catley.
A score is 14 to 12. Miranda shaking and making. Shan thought about it. Inside to Santos and the interdiction courtesy of RJ Masbah. Let's look at this Milo amazing fast break one more time. Miranda on defense, and then Miranda on offense. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 9-second shot clock is what FEU is working with right now.
So Marquis is now on the floor for FEU. And oh! Jones brought down by KG Canaleta.
Not an easy guy to break down. Hey, talking about Mark Easif, he's another guy who delivered big in the stretch with his medium-range jumpers in the fourth quarter. He had 2 or 3 that just quelled the uprising of UE. Finished up with 12 points in 13 minutes. Cannot get more productive than that. As we look at Olan Umiping, starting off strong from beyond the arc with a 3-point shot brought to you by Lipton, the official IC of the UAAP.
Now the 2 coaches are playing chess. They're trying to match up people off the bench. Butel replaces Canaleta on the side of UE. And you mentioned about Mark Easy. He poses a lot of mismatches because of his size and the way he can play the number 4 position for FEU. Zico is also brought back into the lineup of Coach Toy Banal.
You know, so far, the UE Red Warriors have out-rebounded FEU 3-1 offensively. 5 more points for them on the second chance point department.
So you know that the homework was done at this point for Coach Boise Sama. Things they didn't have in last Sunday's ball game.
Yun naman ang kasarapan ng kalaban mo uli, yung kakalaban mo lang. RJ Masbang unable to get it down. A beneficiary of that Artadi assist. He had a lot of that in the playoff game last Sunday. Zico back out to Miranda. And UE has been playing one-on-one defense. And Jones gives it up to nobody. ball sent over to UE.
And look at Koy Banal and the rest of FEU crying out to high heaven, saying it was last touch by a Warrior.
Tough call. The referee, or his call, sticks, and it will be UE possession with 1:20 to play in the first. Spot to Omiping. Omiping to Ubalde. Paulo thought about it. Up and under move. Cranks it up to Omiping. Back-to-back triples from Omiping. And yes, he gave you the sign. Nakakadalawa na ako.
I gotta credit Ubalde for that pass. He was too deep and realized that better chance for Omiping to make a three-point shot.
50 seconds remaining. Isip on the attack. Nothing there. Artadi against 3 green shirts. Waits for more support. 40 seconds remaining. Crossover move. Artadi hesitating. Going out to Putel. They swing it over to Olan. Olan, 14-footer off the glass. Nothing there. Time for a couple more plays, barring any hits for the first quarter. Miranda scooting his way. Gatney for the set 3-point shot. Set to go from Clifton ISD Country in front of Omiping.
You like that matchup. Gatney sets. Omiping hits a 3-point shot for UE.
Final 8 seconds of the quarter, and UE will go for the last one. But Miranda takes it away. Cinco with 1 second. Just in the nick of time. And because of that, FEU is in the lead by 2 to the delight of their students and hopefuls and faithfuls. And you look at that play again, undoubtedly the shot is counted. 19-17 after 10 minutes of action. FEU in the lead, Cinco leading the way.
President of FEU, Secretary De Jesus of the Department of Education.
Welcome, sir. And of course, the brother of Coach Koy, Joel Banal, and the Ateneo de Manila University. 1 win away from their third stint in the finals, third straight stint in the finals.
Let's take a look at the shooting for Warriors. And, you know, a lot of papers have referred to a possibility of a holy war between Joel and Koy. Of course, depends on the result of the ball game.
As you look at the turnover points this time, UE getting the upper hand, and they get another ball from FEU. Booker up to Omiping.
Oh, yes!
Up and in, and all Omiping is starting off like a house on fire, and good assist from Arnold Booker at the last second, Randy.
You know, Booker is showing game face together with this young man, Olan Omiping. From a steal, they work it out, the 2 speedy guys of the UE Red Warriors.
Our final amazing fast break, and Booker against Shera, drawing the defense. Omiping doing the right thing, just get it up right away. Wala nang forma.
You know, he couldn't do a pump fake. You know, how many numbers now for Omiping?
Omiping has 8 points, 6 in the first, make that 9, 3 in the second. A far cry from his 10-point output in the playoff game, and that all came in the fourth quarter, those 10 points. Rob Shera gets it up. Off the back iron, Gatney high up for the offensive rebound.
And look at this young man fly, Cesar Gatney.
Wow. What an effort by Cesar Gatney. And now they have the lead, 21-20. Artadi explodes to the basket and sets up on Omiping for another 3-point shot. Randy from Clifton ISD Country.
12 points for Olan Omiping. Boy, well, he's here to play.
Randy, he's making us look good by saying, well, we did say that he's a key player in this UE squad. Isip, voila, and off the glass, actually Cinco with 8 of his own points. He started off with 6 in the first quarter. 2 points here. And the lead, well, actually, we are all tied at 23 with 8:28 to go. Artadi splits the middle. Putel, short stab, overshoots. Pascual goes up and is fouled. Putel has to have a little more confidence in making that short stab.
You know, because he's going to get the passes from Paul Artadi.
What a pass. And what a setup job for a Lipton Ice Tea three-point shot for Molan Umibig. Lipton, the official Ice Tea of the UAAP.
RJ Masbang, very reliable for Coach Boise Sama. He comes off the bench, provides you the muscle and the numbers for RJ Masbang of UE. Extending breaking the tie and giving UE a 1-point lead, 24-23.
Shot 3 out of 4 from the line in that playoff match last Sunday here in the Big Dome. Rattles out the second. Automatically that will go to FEU. They hang on to a 1-point lead at 24-23. Coach Boise Sama, you wouldn't want to be beside him last Sunday. He was just violent last Sunday, I think, to say the least. Umibig takes it away and then lays it up. And a foul called on Ragni Siglo, and Umibig is not himself today, and that's a good thing for UE.
He's a man possessed. He's just taking over here. Third foul on Ragni Siglo.
Let's look at this defensive play, courtesy of Rexona, stepping into the passing lane and maintaining composure amidst two players. That was your Rexona best defense against Oder and Wetmans.
UE is doing well with James Yap watching Molan Umibig burn.
Inside action, Arnold Booker hitting it up and in.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. I don't know how Booker was able to realize how he could turn and where he should turn to make that shot.
Picks up the loose ball and gets it up and in. 26-23, and Mark Isip again.
He's just imposing his will on RJ Masbang.
He's been imposing his will on UE for the last couple of games. Artadi against Jeffrey Chan. Artadi, the little nudge. Masbang loses the ball. Recovers. Artadi attacks. Sets up Butel. Finally, Butel puts it up and in.
That's the whole idea for Artadi and Butel. Now, you've got numbers from so many players now for Coach Boise Samar off the bench.
Approaching the 7-minute mark of this first quarter. Isip again against Masbang. He's just shooting over RJ. It cannot get easier than that for him.
You gotta take away the dribble of Isip, or you gotta prevent that pass from getting to him from about 10 to 12 feet out.
Artadi to Umibig. Umibig. He is not himself. He is on fire. On Umibig.
And he points to the UE crowd saying, hey, I owe you this one, guys.
15 points in the ball game. 3 shots from Lipton Ice Tea Country. And the lead is 4 for UE. Miranda. The double team on him. And inside action, unable to get it to stay down, is James Rason.
For a while, I thought Canaletas going to replace Masbang. But when he pulled down that rebound, Boyd said, hey, come back to the bench. We're going to come later.
Oh, nice step back jumper by Paul Artadi. Just came up a bit short. He gets the ball back. Under 6 minutes remaining. Booker inside the Bodell. Loses control. Gives it up to the point guard once again. 16 on the shot clock. The baseline drive. Masbang goes up without the leather. 10 seconds. Artadi throws it up. Wild shot by Paul Artadi. Had so much time on the clock.
Yeah, about 9-10 seconds, and Artadi hurrying up.
Sada sending it over to Dennis. Dennis thought about it. Nothing there. Sada gets the offensive rebound against Olan Umibig. Powers his way. Nothing there. Good rebound by Philip Podell. Booker ahead. Gets away. And dismantles the FEU defense.
And what an explosion. All of a sudden, he just changed sides. And he's nowhere to be found. And UE is really humming.
Talking about focus, Booker and Umibig have zeroed in on what they have to do in this game. Chan, door is closed. Eason gets the inside step, but Booker takes it away. 3 on 2. Booker, Artadi, who loses the leather.
Unfamiliar, I think, for Artadi to be at the receiving end interception.
Risada off to Razon, and Philip Podell takes it away. UE on a 3-on-3. Artadi nowhere to go and scoops it up and in.
Well done, Mr. Antani. But to the hole.
Outsmarted everybody. 35-27 is our score. Oops. Here's Olan Umiping. I've been on fire. He has been 4 out of 4 from the three-point shot. For 12 points, 15 in total. And then the zigzagging move by Arnold Booker, finishing with the 2 points. And now the lead, 35-27. That is because of Paul Artadi. Wheels and deals inside. The fake, the move, and the up and under scoop shot by Paul Artadi. .431 to play, and Olan Umiping is an unconscious man right now, shooting 4 out of 4 from beyond the arc. And Olan Umiping, 10 points in that last game, all in the fourth quarter. That is his average, 11 today. He has been immaculate from downtown, 15 points all in all. And actually, the backcourt partner ng UE has outscored FEU 25-5. Make that 25-2.
Boy, just like the rain outside.
Grabe. 4-1 ang assists. 3 of those 4 came from Paul Artadi. Also in the turnover department, FEU has had 4-2. 6 on the shot clock. Catley puts it up and in.
You know, good substitution there by Floyd Malone. Kathleen, Jones, and Santos came in for FEU after the timeout, and immediately Kathleen answers the call with a 3-point shot.
You know, funny that the guards have been doing their job without James Yap doing or playing decoy.
Yes.
Because the guards have just been doing what they usually do.
And you know,
Their
Booker,
own effort. Yes.
you mentioned about the guards. Booker and Umiping, what a lift Boyce is getting from these 2 guys.
2 guys who were absent in that game last Sunday.
At this point of the ball game,
That's
because
right.
Umiping was present in the
Fourth
second
quarter.
half when UE was trying to play catch-up. Right now, they're dictating the tempo. FEU is making the adjustment because of Booker and Umiping.
7-point lead for UE. Yap on Miranda. Make that Miranda on Yap. Masbang against Gerard Jones and a reach-in foul on Gerard Jones.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup there. Jones and Masbang, you know, they throw their weight around literally on each other. First foul on Gerard Jones. Oh, FEU has 14 fouls.
Let's send it over now to Jam Alindogan for this courtside update for FEU. Jam.
Yes, during the timeout, coach said, gather yourself, relax. There's still a long way to go. No matter what happens, we're going to go for the triple E, which is effort, efficiency, and excellence. Back to Boom and Randy.
Thank you, Jam. Of course, Coach Koy Banal putting things in perspective, saying na maaga pa, but Olan Umiping doesn't get the roll. Miranda loses the ball. Booker against 3 green shirts. Butel, Masbang underneath the fake. James Yap goes up and away.
You know, that's the way to do it for James Yap. But, you know, you can help but ponder and wonder at the intensity of the UE Red Warriors. It's really like no tomorrow for them.
Well, there is no tomorrow, really. Talagang totoo. Backs are against the wall. They have to beat FEU twice. They have winningest team in the UAAP, but they have not gone to the finals in 13 years, and they have not won a finals or a championship in the last, 18 years? 1985, I think, was the last. Correct me if I'm wrong, man.
Yes, that's the kay Dick Codinera years, together with Boise
Samar was there, so it has been a long time for the Red Warriors.
The Dean of Coaches, Coach Virgilio Baby Dalupan, he steered UE to several championships in the 60s.
That's right.
But he also once coached Ateneo.
That's right, that's right. And hoping that the UE Red Warriors should win today. And look at that, we've invited everybody else.
Including this bird.
The big dome. And your view cannot get better than that.
At the bird's eye view, if I may say.
And he has a good view of the shot clock too, just in case he wants to, you know, check out the time. Everybody's welcome here at the Araneta Coliseum as Gerard Jones muffs his first free throw.
No, tough first half here for FEU. US decided to put on a game face all game long. And we've seen it translated on the floor for Coach Boise Sama. FEU cannot back down at this point.
I'm sorry, Rand, but I got distracted. The bird that was on the shot clock here at the FEU side transferred to the UE side.
Okay.
Kasi yung opensa nasa UE. So doon naman siya ngayon para makapanood siya ng maganda-ganda. This is funny.
Even the bird knows who's on the offense.
Artadi loses it. Tries to maintain composure. Putel picks it up. All out of Weeping says, I'll shoot it. But he comes up short. And Putel again tracks away the loose ball. But he tiptoes to the baseline, so the ball will turn, or was turned over to FEU.
You know, never mind if they turn the ball over. But you see the quick feet of UE. I think Arwin Santos got hit accidentally by that elbow of Butel when he was trying to protect the ball. Would be a boxer's cut there for Arwin Santos.
Nothing will deter him as we look at this play, although natatakpan ng konti ng referee. Pero yun yung siko na tumama kay Arwin Santos. But I'm sure he'll be back. Tough cookie Arwin Santos is, and I'm sure it will not stop him from getting back in a crucial game like this. I wonder if the Bird's going to transfer to the other side now. Under 2 minutes to play, let's send it over to Eugene Lalad. Eugene.
Coach Boise Samar told his boys to just continue playing and let the game flow. They should not be overconfident because it is too early. They just have to continue what they're doing. Back to you, Boom and Randy.
Jones off the miss from Cesar Catley. Jones inside, no foul called, and Masbang hauls down another rebound. Masbang has played well on both ends, Randy.
Oh yes, you know, he's covering, he's not giving up even if Jones would have that decisive advantage on him because of the height.
Artadi hands it over to Olan. Olan has been the focal point of this offense, and you should not wonder why. He is flying high today.
Even a new guy, number 16, Jerome Gadiani, could not stop this fellow named Olan Umipi.
I'm wondering if he was the one who brought the bird.
I don't think it's his bird. It's still there.
It's still there. Artadi now. Masbang trying to get position. James Yap trying to extricate from Cesar Catley, but Catley stays on Artadi. Artadi draws the foul from Mark Eason.
You know, just a fishing expedition. No shot there really for Paul Artadi. Second foul on Mark Eason. And 2 free throws for Paul Artadi.
46.9 seconds remaining in what has been an edge of your seat kind of a first half, Randy, as you expected. We talked about this even prior to the games that prior to the start of the game rather, and we were already totally excited about this particular ball game.
Well, particularly if you're from UE and you're rooting for UE, they're playing exceptional basketball, and yes, Paul Artadi, look at his free throw. Not a good result, a one-hander.
You know, Ryan Gregorio was totally surprised when he saw him shoot that way. But he has made the adjustment a couple of, like 3 games ago. This is how he has started shooting his free throws now. And so far his percentage has really not drastically improved. Although he seems to be very comfortable with that. 1 out of 2 from the line.
No, better than none out of 2.
Mary B. Artadi.
Oh, yes.
Nakita ko Mary B. Randy na nakalagay dyan somehow.
That's not supposed to be me. For me, rather.
Baka iba.
Wala. Baka boost next time.
Miranda from 15 comes up short.
You know, confidence level of FEU is very low at this point. You know, those are makeable shots. Miranda just missing one of them.
Artadi with a 3-second differential of the shot clock and the game clock. Canaleta, the spin over Gerard Jones, cannot finish. Putel again involved in the loose ball scuffle. Artadi with 3 seconds. Booker fades away! And Boise Samar gives him a hug, a much-deserved hug, as Booker beats the clock and gives them a Baker's dozen lead going into the locker room. Let's look at that play. Artadi with 3 seconds and Booker fading away. And just like Cinco, just in the nick of time. And that's the hug. And Boise says, Mana, pasok na tayo. Marami pa tayo pag-uusapan. The score, 44-31. The UE Red Warriors storming to a big 13-point lead, something that has surprised a lot of viewers here at Season 66 of the UAAP on Studio 23. Welcome to Final Four action. My name is Boom Gonzalez, Professor Randy Sakdalan. What happened to FEU in the first half?
Well, it was sort of a case of killing me softly for UE. I think UE is a notch faster, jumps a little higher, and certainly much stronger than FEU in today's ballgame. In fact, I had difficulty looking at the stats because the differences are not so significantly in favor of UE. If you take a look at some of our stats here, field goals, 12 of 24, 17 of 30. As far as percentage is concerned, not too much, but more attempts made by UE. Rebounds, just 2 more possessions.
Yes.
3 turnovers less than FEU, but the turnover points, that's where the difference lie here. 12 to 4. You know that UE is converting. They know the importance of this ball game, and so far, uncharacteristically that of FEU, they're playing odd. Looking at UE and just watching UE, just go over them, bowl over them, shoot over them, and score over them.
Let's look at the leading scorers for both the teams right now. Obviously, Alan Umiping, we've mentioned this name the whole of the first half, leading the way with 17, with Booker also coming out with 10. 7 for UAAP and Artadi. On the other hand, it is Jones, Catley, Cinco, and Isip, and those are the numbers on your screens. Now, I want to find out what happened in the locker room of FEU, so let's go to Jam Alindogan for this courtside update on FEU. Jam?
Yes, in the dugout, Coach said that they have to learn from their past, so definitely have to learn from the first half. He said, let's move on and make ourselves better. We were out-hustled by UE when they came out strong, so we have to be more efficient and smart in mind. He said, we are talking about pride here. We are not going to allow this because he said this is not the character of our team. Back to Boom and Randy.
Thank you very much, Jam. And that has been the difference in the first half. She mentioned it. Coach Koy Banal mentioned it. You mentioned it. They were out-hustled, outplayed. The intensity is on the side of UE. And let's find out if in the second half it will be the same. 44-31 is the score. Again, welcome to Studio 23's coverage of the UAAP Season 66. Final Four action. Also watching us through TFC Direct's Pinoy Central TV, North America and Middle East. Good day to all of you. The game between UE and FEU. UE coming out, as expected, very strong. And yung parang babantayan mo talaga dun, yung simula nila sa first quarter. Kasi going back to the playoff game last Sunday, well, they lost, and they lost big. Although it was just a 5-point win for FEU. 18 points yung inabol nila doon. So they were expected to come out stronger than FEU today.
You know, one guy who's missing in the numbers, and we pointed it out in our pregame, is Dennis Miranda. He only scored 2 points in the first half. And we said it. If he scores big, chances are FEU is going to win. In the game that they've lost, he's averaged about 4 points per ball game. So far, Miranda has only scored 2. He has to make a difference here in the second half. He has to play it still and composed for Coach Koy Banal. This is another guy who we expected to come out big and smoking, RJ Rizada. It's been a while now since I've seen him play a big game for Coach Koy Banal.
So the two guys that we mentioned that would spell the difference. UE, Alan Umiping, obviously leading the fray, and Dennis Miranda sa kabila para sa FEU. Although James Yap is always a constant for this UE team.
Hey, that's mental lapse. That's mental lapse. Artadi handing it over to Booker, who's still in the backcourt. That's against Paul Artadi.
For a split second there, referee thought it over just for a split second and did the right thing. Made the call because it was a correct call. The referees Bermeo, Tolentino, and Sanchez for today's ball game. Miranda attacks.
Hey, you heard us. You heard us. Immediately went for a 1-4 position for FEU. Makes his basket. Lead comes down to 10.
Olartani calling out the play from far out. They will start with Artadi, Butel, Booker, Caneleta, and the man with the ball right now, James Yap. Loses it. But a foul was called on Cesar Catli as he tried to strip James Yap of possession.
That's number 2 on Cesar Catli. And first team foul against FEU.
9-11 to play here in the third quarter. Again, those of you who still don't know, FEU only needs to win once to make it to the finals. Last time they were there was the year 2000. The last time they won was the year 1997. For UE, they have to beat FEU twice to make it to the finals. The last time they were there was 1990. The last time they won was 1985. So it's mas gutom itong UE kung titignan ko lang, ano? Kung yun lang pagbabasehan natin.
You know, there's really war underneath. And Butel is showing the fact of a Warrior, picking up his first foul, contesting every possession available for him.
Butel has been involved in a lot of scuffles. Up there, down there, trying to get the loose balls.
Don't want to rest. Because if UE loses this one, well, they're going to look after the next season of the UAAP.
And for a lot of players, I think 6 or 7, Randy, this is probably their last game. And Dennis Miranda on back-to-back hits. We mentioned how big his role is in this team, and he is playing into the hilt at the start of the third quarter. 44 for UE, 36 for FEU. UE and FEU dancing with each other here in the Big Dome, and a stepping violation. Infraction called on KG Canaleta.
You know, momentum shifting address here in the third period. 5 unanswered points scored by FEU, prompting Boise to call a timeout. It still could not respond to that last play of UE.
Santos has been really quiet for FEU.
Quesada, he can dominate if he puts his head into it.
You know, if there's any resilient team here in the UAAP, it's got to be FEU, partner.
So many times we've seen them come back 17, 18 points down and win a game.
In the fourth quarter.
Yes.
You know, just one quarter. So, you know, this is not a team that you can just shrug aside.
They're going to stay around
until the final buzzer. Estrada thought about it. Attacks. Draws body contact, but could not finish, and the ball will go to FEU.
You know, UE needs a basket so much. Confidence level is going down. Whatever they put up in the first half, going down the drain here in the third, if they continue missing from the field.
7-0 run so far. And Miranda has been on the forefront of that run. Make that 9-0. Miranda with 6 of the 9 points. 44-40 is the score, and UE has not hit anything in the third quarter.
Why must have said something so great to Miranda. He is so focused here in the third.
KG. And very tentative are the Red Warriors right now. So they go to their big man, James Yap, quelling the uprising momentarily with a three-point play opportunity.
That's the way it is for the UE Red Warriors. FEU was there a traveling error in the case of Yap? Would be. Very close shave there for James Yap.
But the traveling could have been caused by the bump also. Shot will go anyway, and when in doubt, go to your big man, go to the premier man, James Yap.
UE has not held a single board here in the third period. FEU has gotten 4 rebounds. They're back in the game. James Yap is just the right guy for UE. Be able to restore confidence and get numbers from the line.
I like what James Yap did in the first half. He saw that Booker and Omiping were the hot hands. Hindi siya nakisigit, ano?
Right.
Pero ngayon na nakikita niya nangangailangan ng puntos ang UE, he will try to take it upon himself. Paul Artadi off to Omiping, and Omiping was fouled by Arwin Santos. And Omiping just using his body there.
You know, this just is quick. Arvin Santos, is it bleeding?
I think
Is the
it
eyebrow
is.
bleeding?
Let's look at the reverse angle. Artadi, great setup job in Omiping again. As always, he will just go up.
No hesitation, just go strong, using his body, recognizing that Arvin Santos is taller.
And the best, if not one of the best top blockers here in the UAAP. And Omiping continues his scoring splurge. At the free throw line this time, Omiping 68% from the free throw line. And he is 2 out of 2 in that trip. So, answer back sila. Ito, 5 straight points. Jones with the lefty. Santos doing what he does best. But the foul or the shot will not go. And Coach Boise Samar is mad because pinabayaan nila si Santos to step into the lane.
But nobody was trying to force him out of the shaded area. Artadi picked up the foul. Team foul situation 3 for FEU. Same situation for UA with 3. Estrada's just keeping a body on Arvin Santos. And referee is telling JR, hey, hindi pa na-inbound yung bola, maya na kayo. Look at him go.
There's a mission. Shot from the outside. Miranda comes away with it. Artadi takes it away. A foul is called on Dennis Miranda.
But they really pressured the ball carrier. Second foul on Dennis Miranda. You know, Artadi is successful. Hounding dribblers of FEU.
Look at this, taking the candy away from the baby. And Miranda extending that knee. The foul was called. That was a Rexona defensive play. Rexona, your best defense against odor and wetness. You know, going back to our point, Arvin Santos averaging close to 10 rebounds a game and close to 4 offensive rebounds. So, malaking bagay yan na nakakaisa pa lang siya ngayon. Yap trying to find a way. Finds Paspang. Paspang is blocked. Estrada also, as the ball was sent back to earth.
Good defensive gem there by FEU. They just waited and knew that they're going to take a shot inside. Arvin Santos had one. There's a block by Arvin.
Another Rexona defensive play. This one, another one. Rexona, the best defense against odor and wetness. Miranda and Omiping bumping Dennis Miranda. Miranda on a mission on this third quarter.
This could take some energy from Olan Omiping. Miranda is not looking to pass, but he's looking to drive through. If he's open, he'll take the shot. If it's not, he goes for a distance. But Omiping has to do a better job of stopping the movement of Miranda into the shaded area.
Excellent point, Randy. The score still, though, is 49-40, and Arvin Santos sits down for Mark Eason. An offensive foul. Huling-huli si Mark Eason. Naplanta na sigo. Ito si J.R. Estrada, and Estrada doesn't hurt to act a little bit.
Yep. Yes, you know, the guy who came off the bench was burned. That's Mark Eason. Malamig.
Announcing his entry. Let's go to Eugene Lalan for this UE courtside update.
The Warriors was quick to call a timeout to stop that FEU run. Coach Boise Samar told his boys to help each other on defense, especially on mismatches. Back to you, Boom and Brand.
Thank you. Paul Artadi did not finish on that drive. And this is the specialty of Mark Eason, but this time, he rattles out.
And this time, it's Estrada's turn to be caught for holding on.
Hirap na hirap sila talaga sa pagpa-block out ng mga malalaki. Itong FEU. In Estrada's case, he was trying to get Gerard Jones out of position. UE over the limit. And you know what that means.
Well, Jones is not so dominating so far in the ball. Miranda has proven his point here in the third. We're waiting for Jones to explode. Of course, Boise said, don't wait for it. We're not looking forward to that kind of an explosion from Gerard Jones.
Gerard Jones, after 2 rounds in the elimination, at 58% from the free throw line. He has shot 76 attempts. Makes the second. Makes both, actually. Cuts the lead down to 7 with 5:20 to play in the third quarter. Paul Artadi now calling the play. Sada sticking to Olan Omiping like leech. Omiping tries to get away. Entry pass. caught by Mark Isip and a frustration foul called on Olajuwon.
You know, I guess FEU already read that, you know, the drive and
Dish.
go, the dish. And they're just clogging the passing lanes here. Ubipin got through, but Isip was ready there, and there's Gerard Jones for the interference. Cutting through the passing lane. That's why they had possession here. And we mentioned about UAP over the limit, 2 more free throws. So FEU, less than 5 minutes into this game, is slowly inching through. The lead is down to 7 points.
Biggest lead was 13, and that was our score at the half. 44 to 31, and this one working in favor of FEU, stopping the time and getting back into the ballgame slowly. Isip for his second free throw. Reliable shooter from the line. Isip, although his averages after 2 rounds are under 50%. 2 for 2 on that trip. The lead is only 5 now. But it's still with UE. Yap could not change it. Miranda gets away from James Yap. Miranda sets up Isip. Like I said, he likes that.
So much so. And he has really brought this FEU team closer and closer. Now it's just a 3-point lead for UE.
8 points in the ballgame for Mark Isip. 4 in this quarter. Artadi, baseline drive. A Masbang underneath. And a foul to boot. And who gave him that pass again? It was Paul Artadi.
Masbang, he wouldn't lose heart. All he has to realize is he's got the ball. Second foul on Gerard Jones.
Paul Artadi wheeling and dealing inside, and Masbang momentarily losing possession, recovering just in time to get the 2 points underneath. The lead is back to 5 at 51-46, with Masbang missing the second free throw, or make that the bonus free throw. Miranda, the teardrop, nothing there. He gets the ball back and is pushed by Booker.
You know, I think this time the situation is changing. FEU is faster, quicker to the ball compared to UE.
They should put Patel back.
The reason why Booker is in for UE is to get that sting going for them over and over again. They would like to go back to the point some. At this juncture, it's got to be the intensity, the focus, the mental toughness required for the Warriors.
Let's go to Jam Agadagan for this FEU courtside update. Jam?
Yes, during the timeout, Coach told his players to keep on pushing themselves. They know the character and maturity of their team. And this game is for assistant coach Bert Flores, whose wife Nita gave birth to their second baby boy. Back to Boom and Randy.
Congratulations from us here. Studio 23 and ABS-CBN Sports. Artadi, nagmamadali. All the way, could not finish. Catley loses it to the sideline, and possession will remain with UE. Artadi has missed a couple of layups in this quarter.
With UE, only a rebound to show in the third. FEU, 12 boards. That's a lot. That's a lot, too.
That's the reason why they were able to crawl back and cut this 13-point lead down to 4 now. Yap looking to extricate. Driving the foul. And shot will not go.
There's going to be a blocking foul on Mark Isip before the shot.
But Yap finding a way to try to score. If it's not outside, he's going to drive inside. And that's the reason why James Yap is so dangerous. He steps into that lane. That's the bump. According to him, it should have been counted. But referee says no, you were still downstairs.
He worked so hard. That's why he wanted that shot counted. Arwin San is back in the game. Same with Raji Singh. Singh has 3 fouls. 3 and 55 remaining in the third. And UE is trying to hold off this FEU team here in the third. It's like an eternity of basketball for UE in this third quarter because, as Jam mentioned, FEU keeps on pushing and pushing them here in the third.
Honestly, I never thought this would be a blowout anyway, on either side. On a game like this, it's hard to fathom that one of the teams will blow out the other team in a situation like this. 73% from the line, James Yap after 2 elimination rounds.
Scoring machine? Yes, indeed, for UE.
James Yap gives them more comfortable 5-point lead. Isip getting the position underneath.
You know, you gotta prevent that pass from getting to Isip at the low post. It gets to Isip, he's not gonna think twice and put up a shot.
Too easy for easy. Yep. Goes back to Artadi. Artadi steps on the line, rips out that long two. And Arwin Santos with his third rebound of the game. They find Rizada underneath, loses the handle, but possession will remain with the green shirts to the dismay of the bench of UE.
So you gotta enjoy the way Boise Samar,
As always.
but you know, would point out to the referee if they feel the wrong call was made and it doesn't favor UE.
Actually, whatever situation, I always enjoy watching Coach Boise Samar. And listening too.
Oh yeah.
Miranda puts up the three, comes up short. Artadi looking ahead. Doesn't find backup. Yap against a double team. Drives. Tries to find a way. Sends it over to Artadi. 14 on the shot clock. Lots of time. Estrada from 18. That's way short. Maybe not his shot. Dami pa oras no.
Well, he was open and in doubt. He made a shot. Missed it.
Alam mo, pag-release pa lang niya, wala siyang confidence eh.
Correct.
Rizada finding Cinco. Cinco. Oh, what a block! With major finality on that one. RJ Masbang. And the stoppage on Rodney Cinco on the other side. Yep, trying to find a way. Travels.
You know, UE has been reduced to a two-man game between Artadi and Yap. Artadi dribbles the ball, he'll look for Yap.
We gotta see this again. Cinco and the rock just stuck there by RJ Masbang. As you look at this Rexona, defensive player Rexona, your best defense against Oder and Wetleys. Again, we have said, and I still believe that umiping is the key. There has to be a third guy for UE, like in FEU's case.
Otherwise, everything is so predictable.
Exactly. In FEU's case, Miranda has been the key, and they have outscored UE 18-8 this quarter. And an offensive foul, second one on Mark Isip, the fourth. On Mark, yes.
You know, favorite guy, Kwek, is on the floor, and he's taking charge here.
Kwek Alminario coming in and
Oh, yeah.
taking one for the team. A couple of plays down for both teams that have been unproductive.
Been stuck here at quite some time. UE 52, FEU 49.
UE only with 8 points in this quarter so far. After the 18, as we mentioned. That's a shot, but he doesn't get it. But that usually is Alminario's range.
You know, Arwin Santos slowly getting his numbers, getting the carrots in the game.
And that's a bad sign for Coach Boise Samar. Jones, he will not take it from there. Jeffrey Chan, far out with 8 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Cinco against Omiping. Cinco gets the step and dismisses Omiping's defense.
Omiping has become an easy target for Dennis Miranda, for Rodney Cinco, and don't look now, just a 1-point lead for UE.
Breathing down the necks on the white shirts, 52-51, with 1:21 to play in this third. Omiping, back to Artadi, inside to Canaleta, fading away, beautiful, but could not finish. Everything but the shot on that one. And a chance to go for the lead for FEU. Santos, and a bad pass by Miranda, but they send it out to Chan. Chan to Jones, loses possession. Cinco, back to Jones! The foul, and Jones will shoot 2 free throws.
You know, we mentioned about the intensity of FEU low in the first half. Here, certainly overpowering, out-hustling UE. Look at the movement. Jones just going to get the foul here for Canaleta, but certainly an opportunity here for FEU. When was the last time they left? First quarter?
Yes.
Boy, what a climb. Did we tell you?
4-0.
The down by 32. And here, FEU on the verge, taking the lead to less than a quarter.
It has been the specialty of the house for FEU in season 66 for them to come back. Bigger leads in lesser periods of time, and again in one quarter. Actually, they were able to do it in 5 minutes. Cut the lead down to 5 and 4. Jones, 50%.
It's tying it up, but you know, you can't help but look at some of our character actors. So what do we have here, Martin? What do we have
Si
here?
Cico, si Santos, kay Artadi yata. Santos has been out of his element.
And you know, he's given a technical to that. That that's gonna stymie the momentum of FEU. He should be told.
Sophomore player who's playing like an MVP this whole season, Randy.
Technical foul and leaping, given the opportunity to take the free throw.
We got to look at that again. If we caught it, I think we did. Here's Santos on the far end with Kwek Albinario. One bump, second bump.
There's a pushing.
There's a push. Bam. And far from this angle, stop the bell and a beeping. 2 free throws for all out of beeping.
And Huey barely in the lead here, 53-52.
Oh, 1 free throw. I apologize. Yes. 54 seconds remaining.
Oh, a second backing violation against Huey. And, you know, Yap could have stayed in the middle.
Actually, he did.
But he moved to the front court.
Yes.
And then the pass going to Olanubibi for the second backing violation here in the third period.
Kaya sineno si Olan eh. Dito ka. So still a chance to get the lead. Sierra is in the ball game. And an offensive foul for Gerard Jones setting the illegal pick. Third on the big guy.
You know, hard work really pays off. And Arnold Booker, he may not be scoring, but he's working his way back in defense.
Apple talaga eh. He stayed with Rob Sierra the whole time. And then Gerard Jones, medyo nahuli yung, yung paa.
He tried to get on top of the screen for Arnold Booker.
And they, talking about UV, working with a 15-second shot clock. Chan on Omiping. Omiping goes to his left. Goes to Yap. Cinco on him. Yap. Finding life hard. Fades away. Wow! What a shot!
Tough shot! Defense was all over him.
I cannot believe he still made that shot. How he did, your guess is as good as mine. Final shot for the third quarter. 10 seconds remaining. Jeffrey Chan. The circus shot is no-go. Gets the ball back. Still no-go. Possession will remain with FEU with .8 remaining on the clock. Defense holding up for UE. And UE, Coach Boise Samar saying no foul. That would be the most foolish thing they would do right now. Shoot. Catch and shoot situation. And after 30 minutes of action, UE is in the lead by 3 points. And because James Schaap will not be denied in this play, I don't care. 4 hands, bring them up. I'm getting it to go with a fadeaway shot. 3-point lead for UE. 10 more minutes to decide the outcome. FEU versus UE. Final 4 action on Studio 23. The issue between FEU and UE still not done. Quarter score so far.
And a 10-point scrape up for FEU. Well, UE only made 3 field goals in the third on a dismal 21% shooting. Reason why FEU was able to climb back. On top of that, 18 boards as against 5 colored by UE in the third quarter alone.
And you've got to give credit where credit is due. Not only has FEU done its job on the boards, but also denying guys like Booker, Omiping, and Yap their shots.
Yes, from well, of course, that last shot by Yap. Well, they tried to deny him everything except the 2 points.
Rizada, hard drive, nothing there. Tap, Omiping wins out. Omiping to Yap. Yap could not find anybody. Back to Omiping. Baseline drive, up, nothing there. And a tap. Will go to the baseline, to the sideline rather, and FEU will get possession at the start of the fourth quarter. UE in the lead by 3, 55-52.
Now this is critical for UE. They're starting the fourth period without Paul Artadi in the lineup.
That's right. And going back to our playoff game last Sunday, Artadi played 38 minutes in that ball game. Jones traveled.
You know, because Albinario was on the floor. Jones was so worried where he's gonna take off, and there's the traveling. Here is Albinario, and he tripped on a foot of Albinario, causing Jones to turn the ball over. Did I say Artadi's not on the floor? Just
Well,
came in.
like in the playoff game, he only rested for 2 minutes. Here, barely even a minute. Just to catch his breath, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe wipe his sweat. Artadi loses the ball. 6 seconds remaining. He looks at the clock. Artadi zigzags, goes to Masbang. Masbang, hard drive, nothing there. And Aldenario getting the possession, saving it for UE.
Not giving up. The Red Warriors, they still hold on to this 3-point lead. 8:57 remaining in the ball game. And of course, winner here, it is FEU. They march to the finals. It's UE. They play on Saturday.
One more game. Aldenario has not found the range from 16 feet. Miranda goes up without knowing what to do. Yup, ahead of the back. Tries to maintain composure. Spins. Nothing there. Gets the ball back. Still no go. And O'Meeping wins out. Gives it to Cesar Catli.
You know, he was too deep at the baseline. And FEU doing a good job taking coverage for whatever situation, offensive situation possible for UE.
Jones against Gwen. Oh! What a block by Masbang, but a foul was called.
But Masbang made sure there's not going to be a 3-point play. Alminado will be called for the foul. Free throws awaiting Gerard Jones.
Defense has stepped up for both squads in the fourth quarter. Just how important this Final Four matchup is. Well, the defense is clearly explaining it.
But here at this point, Final Four, where the opportunities to come in for both teams, he who executes best under a strong defense by both teams will come out smoking and happy at the end of the ball game. And so far, FEU has shown better defense here in the second half. UE is playing more offensive-oriented rather than playing more defense against FEU.
8:10 remaining in the fourth and final chapter of this drama between FEU and UE. Artadi looking for O'Meeping. O'Meeping looking for a chance to score. Unable to get it up and in. Aldenario, second chance, scoops it up. Nothing there. And Coach Boise Samar, I looked at him after that shot. Sinigawan niya in a good way, sinabi niya kay Quek, pasa mo muna. Jones, the low block. Rizada to Arwin Santos. He has the range from there, but not today.
Maybe not the best shot available for FEU. They're trying to take the lead. UE has a 1-point lead over FEU.
Tadi trying to get away from Dennis. O'Meeping on the weave play from 14 feet. Wild shot. And Santos runs away with his 6th rebound. Now, after only 1 rebound in the first half, he has gotten 5 more here in the second. Under 7 minutes remaining. Santos again thought about it. Almost traveled. Miranda with 4 seconds. Miranda against O'Meeping. It will be Miranda.
Oh, yes.
All the way.
What a difficult shot. And the lead for FEU. Team who executes under a superior defense should be able to come out winner here.
Yup. Cesar Catli stayed with him all the way. Catli is ahead of the pack. He's got Artadi on him, and he will attack. Oh, nice tap by Paul Artadi. Artadi now to James Yap. Yap squeezes in.
You know, look at that. Artadi was really looking for Yap. He wasn't looking elsewhere. He was just trying to locate James because he knows his buddy is going to score for UE.
Something going on between Cesar Catli and Paul Artadi. We will look at that throughout the fourth quarter. Well, we posed the question at the start of this game. Who wants it more? Artadi saving it, but runs out of real estate.
You know, it's really getting this close. You know, 1-point lead for UE.
As we check out our Milo Amazing Fast Break first. And Yap slipping and sliding inside with a left-handed shot. That fast break brought to you by Milo. 5 attempts from 3. And Masbang, in his sincere attempt to try to get Arwin Santos out of there, commits a foul.
Number 1 was fouled. He's been all over the floor and just a foul. Now, Isip returning to replace Rason. Talk about Arwin Santos. He's 0 for 5 so far from the field. That's a letdown, to say the least.
And a big game too, but Dennis Miranda making up for it as much as he can. So far, Miranda attacking Artadi, setting up Santos, still very cold from the field. And a foul called on Artadi, holding on Arwin Santos. The third personal on the point guard.
And that's the second team foul against UE here in the fourth.
Let's check out Jamal Indogan for this FEU courtside update.
Yes, Coach told his players, let's keep on rolling because we are on our own. Let's go all out in this last quarter and let's go hard on defense. According to Jones, atin tong game na to. Back to Boom and Ren.
Well, that's the way or that's the mental state that they've had coming into this game. That they're very confident going up against anybody, actually, for that matter. Miranda cranks up the three, overshoots the mark, and Artadi comes away with his 6th rebound of the game. Calls out the play with 5:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. The lead still with UE at 1, and Artadi will go to the line to try to get that number up.
You know, that's why he's so dangerous when you're guarding Artadi. Fourth foul on Cinco. No, looked like he was just directing play, but here, exploding.
On the face. Artadi Cinco. I want to see him do that more often here in the fourth quarter. Because everybody's got their eye on Yap and Leaping. So maybe that would be a good point for Paul Artadi to take it to the hole.
And only 5 points. And there's that free throw again. There's that free throw. And what do we have here?
Well, the director, Artadi. Last time I heard that moniker was a great point guard.
From Adamson. That's Hector Calva.
And my idols when I was growing up.
Artadi.
Their idol, obviously.
On UE side.
UE. For a long time was a benchmark of all the great point guards. Under 5 minutes remaining. Jones overshoots the short staff.
You know, UE trying to hold on to this thing. 58-56. 2-point lead is a luxury against FEU at this point of the ball game.
Artadi, hesitation. Omipi, back to Artadi. The weave play. Estrada thought about it. Drives.
Good play there by Mark Isip. Stayed with J.R. Estrada, turning the ball over to FEU.
And a foul, clearly, at least, that would have been a traveling, at least.
No way that Estrada's going to do something great positively for UE at that point.
Great lateral movement by Mark Isip, defending with his feet. 4:30 remaining and UE holding on to a precarious 2-point lead. A lead that they've had quite a while already. UE trying to get it back since the first quarter. Well, actually, they led for a moment.
And what's that all about? Stepping on the end line for Mark Isip.
Hotel playing good defense.
The defense is just really closing on everybody here. You get an opportunity to be at the baseline, they're going to push you back. Oop. There it is. There it is.
Eagle-eyed referee. We are coming up on the 4-minute mark of this fourth and final quarter. FEU 1 win away for the finals. UE tried to beat them twice, and an offensive foul from James Yap as Gerard Jones read the move very well.
And quite noticeable here is that the defense is showing up and that the offensive players are turning the ball over.
Yes.
Here, James Yap will push Gerard Jones. Play previous to this on the side of UE, it was Estrada on an offensive foul. Then Isip on the side of FEU, stepping on the baseline because defense showed up.
Well, they will always breach. Coaches will always breach. Maaaring mag-absent ang opensa mo.
But not a defense.
There's no off day for your defense. Dennis Miranda shuffling, and a foul on Budel called at the 3:45 mark, his second personal.
You know, that's a penalty situation foul given up by Patel. That's going to give an opportunity for FEU to tie this game at 58, 3:45 remaining. Jones is not so consistent from the free throw line.
Aga na naman ang UAE na sa penalty.
FEU only has a team foul to show here in the fourth.
And they've been playing good defense. In the meantime, let's send it over to Eugene for the courtside update on UE. Eugene.
Off that timeout, Coach Boyd instructed his boys to make some stops and be extra aggressive on defense. Offensively, he wants them to make and finish their plays. They must not hurry their shots. Back to you, Boom and Grandy.
Thank you, Eugene. 3:45 to play. The lead is 1. Just as you said that he has not been consistent on the line, Gerard Jones connects on both to tie the ball game at 58. And that is our 6th deadlock of the game. It has been a close fight, especially here in the second half. Yap, and a foul called on Cesar Cati, sticking to him like Velcro.
You know, maybe the referees talking to Yap at that time. And Yap was making sure, hey, look at his arm. It's too close to me. But certainly there was a foul. There was a foul.
And he wanted it called, and Coach Boyce Samar pondering on this final 3:28, possibly the final 3:28 for the Red Warriors if they don't come out with a win today. Artani drives, sets up, Estrada. Nothing there. Yap gets the ball and traveled on his way to the rack.
Again, the defense closing out on James Yap.
In the meantime, this spectacular play brought to you by Addict Mobile gets hooked. Paul Artadi outsmarting everybody in that one.
We saw that in the second period, and it's a smart play.
3:13, 58 all. Miranda loses his balance, but maintains composure. Miranda, the fake, steps inside the lane, rims out, and Yap says enough is enough. UE needs the basket, Randy.
Oh yes, you know, they've not tasted that the cold for UE. It's been away from them for quite some time now.
And they go to their premier man, J.R. Estrada, from the outside. Nothing there.
I saw Estrada holding on to the shorts of Gerard Jones.
Ayaw niya paunahin eh. Sabay tayo. Sabay tayo bumaba.
Friends ata sa
Miranda. Decent from 18.
Oh, that's a big one.
Big one. And again, Mark Eason with his medium-range jumpers, just like in that playoff match last Sunday, connecting at a crucial stretch of the game.
And the front line of FEU, Jones and Eason, making it big here in the fourth.
Final 2 minutes.
2 more minutes in this campaign of UE. Are they going to live to fight another day, or is FEU going to march to the finals? Artadi wants it and gets it from Lipton Ice Cream Country.
You know, what a time for Artadi to hit a 3-point shot.
The lead is with FEU 63-60 with 1:35 to play. Miranda is fouled by Booker. And Artadi
holds on to Miranda. He knew that there's something going on between Miranda and Booker. Miranda saying, "Rip, pinatukan pa ako. Di ba ako nasimpihan doon?"
Lipton Ice Cream 3-point shot by Paul Artadi. Dead center, right between the eyes. Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP. And that 3-point shot relieves a little pressure from UE. The lead is, my mistake. I read the scoreboard earlier. It was 63-60. Scoreboard playing with me is 61-60.
Of course,
Making me look bad.
UE was coming from a 2-point deficit when Artadi hit that 3-point shot.
Not bad.
Oh, now Miranda. He's going to be tested. It's not so good from the free throw line this season.
And he proves it. Miranda, 34.2% after 2 rounds in the elimination. Who wants it more? I can feel it. It's fever pitch here at the big dome, Randy.
Now it's tied at 61.
61 all with 1:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Amdani to James Yap, momentarily open, overshoots the tap, going to Arwin Santos. We are all tied up with 70 seconds remaining. Rizada going all the way.
You know, when it matters most, Rizada puts in the numbers for FEU.
UE has been outscored here in the second half. Look at the two coaches. Both teams. FEU has outscored them 32 to 17.
That's a big difference. It's a 15-point difference. That's why FEU has a 2-point lead. Expect Artadi to look for Yap. But at the same time, Ubipi has to free himself to get an opportunity for UE.
Yap from top of the circle. Rims out. Sorry miss for Yap. And the ball will remain though with UE with a fresh shot clock and 57 seconds remaining.
You know, FEU is not in the penalty. They can use the foul if they think they're beaten to the hole by UE.
Artadi comes out of the staggered screen. Omipe. Floater. Short. And the ball will end up with Gerard Jones. Final 45 seconds. Is it the final 45 for the UE Red Warriors for season 66? Or will they still come up with a magic trick to get a win? Miranda, the fake, sets up Rizada!
You know,
RJ Rizada with back-to-back hits.
You know, Miranda made it possible. FEU looking for the kill.
And the crowd of FEU feeling it. UE going to look for a three-point shot right now. Yap gets it. And a foul, wise foul called on FEU.
That's correct, partner. You know, they're not in the penalty. They can afford to prevent Yap from taking a good look or even receiving that pass. Only the 13th foul for FEU. They could still give up one more. 18.4 seconds remaining. 4-point lead for FEU.
You know, Randy, if FEU pulls off this win, as Rizada has played a key role in the last 3 plays of FEU, and a foul called on Artadi. Frustration they have, partner.
Yes. Penalty and Dennis Miranda. It's a 2-possession game. 65-61.
Partner, I was about to say that if FEU wins this, I think they proved 2 points. They are very much a mature team already. Come back many times here in season 66, and they have had character all throughout the season. And second point is, I think they are ready for the finals.
Oh yes, they've worked so well. They've been on top of the standings for the longest time. FEU together with Ateneo. And they're just 10 seconds away from clinching a second finals berth in 4 years. When we started, the UAAP started in 2000, year 2000 with Studio 23. They played against LaSalle and lost the finals to LaSalle. Here, look at Coach Toy Banal on the threshold of it. And Jones picks up another board.
And that has been the story here in the second half. The tables were turned. FEU became more intense. They became faster. They outplayed and out-hustled UE in the second half. That was the reason why they came back from 13 and repeatedly fended off any other UE counter uprising.
You know, there is really no substitute for hard work. You know, Jones, he is epitome of strength for FEU. He wasn't a factor in the first half, but he, together with Dennis Miranda, imposed their will at the front line, together with Mark Eason, Gerard Jones. He's got the numbers.
And look at his maturity. He's telling everybody, settle down, this is not done yet. He has made 4 crucial free throws down the stretch, Randy.
And they're not giving up. They're making it difficult for UE to even look for a basket here. 7.9 seconds remaining in the game.
And a foul is called on Gerard Jones, 6.6 seconds away from the finals. And you can expect this crowd from FEU to erupt.
You know, FEU just used his last foul before they landed a penalty. Now they're not going to give up a foul here. They're up 67-61. Looking for the clincher.
Yap, who has another year to play, spins. And that will be it for the campaign of UE. Paul Artadi will leave this UE Red Warriors group without a championship. And that face explains it all for the course general of the Red Warriors. A tough stand by UE, but not enough to prevent a mature and a team that has character and a team that is ripe for the finals. FEU 67, UE 63, and obviously Gerard Jones, your Milo Energy player of the game.
Oh yes, you know, Gerard Jones, he came back, 18 points, 10 boards, a block, double-double for Gerard Jones. Now, going back to the report of Jam, atin to game.
Siya yung nagsabi.
True to his word sa kanila nga yung laro, and FEU marches to the finals. So the Tamaraws will be waiting for the winner of the Ateneo LaSalle ball game later.
For Jamal Indogan and Eugene Lalan and my partner Randy Sakdalan, I'm Boone Gonzalez, and we'll see you with more action. Season 66 of the UAAP on Studio 23, because we make it look good.
Rock the house,